If you ever see this mark in the middle of the ocean, know that you're standing at the most remote point on Earth, farther from humans than anywhere else. The closest person to you wouldn't even be on land, but on the International Space Station above. This place is called Point Nemo, the graveyard of spacecraft. What's its story? And what about the terrifying giant creature said to dwell there? Point Nemo is the farthest location on Earth. If you were there, the nearest inhabited island would be about 1,670 miles, 2,700 kilometers, away. No wonder people say that anyone who reaches this place rarely comes back. It's practically isolated in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. The closest islands to it are Ducie, Maher, and Motunui. But even the nearest one is about 1,600 kilometers away and they're barely inhabited. The scary part is, if someone gets stranded there, rescue is almost impossible. No trade routes cross the area, no ships, no fishermen. Maybe once or twice a year, a racing yacht might pass nearby, but otherwise the place is completely deserted. You might imagine the waters teeming with sharks, whales, or predators, but surprisingly, it's the opposite. The area is almost devoid of marine life. That's a mystery in itself. Why is there no life here? Some scientists believe it's because of strong ocean currents that prevent nutrients from accumulating, leaving no food source for marine creatures. But if the ocean is so dead, then what about the terrifying sound recorded there in 1997? The story goes back to the Cold War, when the US placed underwater microphones to track Soviet nuclear submarines. After the USSR collapsed, those devices were handed over to oceanographers. In 1997, scientists picked up a low-frequency sound that was unbelievably loud, detected from as far as 5,000 to 9,000 kilometers away. The sound didn't match anything known in nature. Some estimates suggested that if it came from a living creature it would have to be at least 80 meters long and weigh 500 tons. For comparison, a blue whale is only 30 meters long and weighs about 150 tons. This sound was named the Bloop, and to this day it remains unexplained. Some argued it was just icebreaking, but many weren't convinced. What made the mystery even stranger was that decades before Point Nemo was officially discovered, the American writer H.P. Lovecraft wrote about a very similar place in one of his stories. He described a sunken city called Gorillaz, where a massive, terrifying creature named Cthulhu was said to sleep. Cthulhu was described as enormous, with giant wings and a face full of tentacles like an octopus resting in the deep ocean. The strange part? Lovecraft's description of its location closely matched Point Nemo, yet Point Nemo wasn't discovered until 1992 through computer calculations. How could he have known? Coincidence? Or something more? The name Nemo comes from Captain Nemo, the fictional submarine commander from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. In Latin, Nemo means no one, a fitting name since it's literally the most isolated place from humanity. But the mystery didn't stop with Cthulhu. People linked the area to legendary sea monsters like the Kraken, a gigantic octopus said to drag ships underwater. On top of that, real strange creatures have been found in the deep ocean, like the Yeti crab discovered in 2005. And since we've only explored 5–6% of the oceans, who can say what other colossal beings might still be hidden? Even stranger, NASA uses Point Nemo as the graveyard for satellites and spacecraft. Hundreds of objects have been crashed into this location. Some believe this isn't a coincidence, that maybe it's a way to keep something down there, hidden in the depths. The mystery deepened when an app called Ventusky once showed a large black moving spot in the area for 3 consecutive days. Some users claimed it was the movement of a giant creature. The company later apologized, saying it was just a glitch, yet the phenomenon reappeared twice more. So is this the Cthulhu Lovecraft wrote about, or just a myth? Or maybe even one of the infamous SCP creatures, as some believe? What we do know for sure is that the real danger in Point Nemo isn't monsters. It's the massive amount of plastic and waste that has accumulated there, carried by ocean currents. The issue even inspired the virtual band Gorillaz, who released their 2010 album Plastic Beach, to raise awareness of this environmental disaster. And that's the story of Point Nemo, full of myths, mysteries, and terrifying theories. So tell me, what do you think? Could there really be a colossal creature hiding there, or is it just human imagination at work?